Previously on X-Men.
X-Men 97 is coming out on Disney Plus March 20th, and the voice actors are in town for Toronto Comicon. I had a chance to speak with Larry Houston, the Emmy-nominated producer and director of the original X-Men the Animated Series. Come check out the interview. Kevin here from Toying Around, and we're here at Toronto Comicon with Larry Houston. First of all, the show, huge for me, and I'm sure everyone who you talked to. You told a story earlier, and you're like, "Oh, why do you have to bring it up?" The Wolverine, Pryde of the X-Men.
Oh God!
When you,
I'll never live it down.
The process of bringing it X-Men to animation.
Right.
That was the first step, and I pointed out it was an Australian Wolverine.
Till I get my claws on him, he'll be talking out the other side.
Yeah. The guy with the money said, "Hey, Crocodile Dundee's kind of popular now. Why don't you make Wolverine, Australian?" We're like cringing, but we're saying, okay, we need the money. We'll do the show, and then afterwards we'll change it back. But we just wanted to get it out there because it was like the first attempt, whatever successful attempt we were making, to put it on the air. And so we got a really good studio. We got Toy Animation to do the animation. It was myself, Will Mineo, and Rick Holberg. We're all three fanboys and all directors. So we put our best foot forward to get that done. And so that's how it got made. But the problem is that there was only three networks, CBS, NBC, and ABC. And they didn't understand what a mutant was. They didn't understand Marvel at all. And so it didn't sell. And so it was an excellent special, but nothing happened. But my boss was Stan Lee and Margaret Lesh, and she's the one who backed Pryde of the X-Men.
Right.
Fast forward 6 years later, she's the CEO of Fox Kids.
Oh.
Yes. And so she called me up, Will up, Rick up, Eric and Julia Lewall, and said, "We're doing the X-Men. You want to do it?" Yes. Oh yeah, we're right there. And that's how we got it on the air. Margaret is like the secret superhero of Saturday morning people don't know about, because she put X-Men on the air, Spider-Man on the air, Power Rangers, all of that stuff was because of her.
Right. Can you talk really quick about the creation of Morph for the show, and the kind of ending in the first few episodes that for a kids cartoon that must have been something that was would you say was debatable, or how to get it on air?
Yeah, we had to fight to get that on the air, because you got to remember, in 1992 it was either Super Friends or Scooby-Doo. So what we were trying to do wasn't being done at the time. And the original reboot of the X-Men had a character called Thunderbird who died.
There's a deer down there.
And so we were going to do that until we realized, okay, we're going to create the first Native American superhero and kill him in the first episode. Bad idea. So we said, okay, now let's go back in the archives. We found a character that was created to be killed, called Changeling. But we couldn't use the name Changeling because at that time that was a character in Teen Titans who became Beast Boy later on. And so even though we told Marvel, you did it first, the Marvel lawyer says, change the name, do something else. So we came up with the name Morph.
Awesome.
And that's where it came from. But it still looks like the Changeling from X-Men 48 or 49, somewhere back there. So we used that imagery, but it was that's how it became Morph.
Right. One of my favorites. After so many years of the series and the impact it's had, what's the coolest toy or action figure that you've seen? With regards to the show.
I really like it when they've adapted some of the more obscure characters that you don't see every day. I can't remember which ones, but I like what they did, like with Rogue, Colossus. There's some other ones I'm getting kind of old. I don't remember them all.
There's a lot.
But those I enjoy quite a bit. And seeing my character Cyclops being done, because I'm an old guy, and I grew up buying the original X-Men free off the newsstand.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm that old.
Not oh wow that you're that old, but oh wow, that's a cool experience. I don't want to take up any more time. Thank you so much just for just chatting and giving me some more behind the scenes stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for being here in Toronto too.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. Great place, guys. The first time I did it, they told me I couldn't. I put Spider-Man. They said no.
You can still hold this if you want.
Huh?
You can still hold it if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The first time I added a Spider-Man as a cameo.
Yeah.
They told me no, and they never said why. So the next time I saw a chance to do cameos, I didn't ask permission. I just did it, put them in the show, because I figured, well, by the time they see it, I'll be, and they want to fire me. It's too late. It's on the air.
Oh.
But
Power move. I like that.
But a lot of the cameos I put in the show, when I submitted it into the network for approval, I never used their real name. Like when I did like Black Panther was African Mutant number 3. I never called him by the name. There was a mutant magician who looked just like Doctor Strange. Or
that's awesome.
There's a guy with a hammer called a Norse mutant, with a hammer that glowed. That's what I did all over the place. When I submitted the artwork, it's all black and white, wasn't in color. And they saw it, they knew nothing, they didn't know the mythology, so it just went through, and that's how all those cameos got in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so, but all of my cameos was more for the fans. It was a gift for the fans.
I love seeing those characters pop up.
Yeah, because if a regular person saw the character, it wouldn't mean anything to them. But to a fan, spotting that character for about 2 seconds, and it will create enthusiasm and anticipation for the next episode.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to see next? What's the next character that's going to pop up next?
That's awesome.
So I did that. I did that for the fans because, again, this shows my age. Back when I was buying Spider-Man in the 60s, there was one panel where Spider-Man's flying and Thor's coming through the frame. And Spider-Man says, "Hey, watch where you're throwing that thing, right?" And then at the bottom, Stanley wrote, "Want to see where Thor's going? Go buy issue Tales of Suspense," or whatever it was at the bottom.
Right.
Now, he was just trying to cross-promote to sell more books.
Yeah.
But for me as a kid, it's like, oh my God, it's a connected universe.
Yeah.
And it was all by accident because it was all marketing for Stan.
Right.
But for a kid, I grew up with Batman, Superman, DC Comics. All of their stories were all separate, nothing interactive.
Right.
And seeing that as a kid was perfect for me.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind. So I added that to the X-Men for the audience.
Love it.
For the audience, for the fans out there, it was a gift for them.